All right, we got some guests this morning.
We do.
And this is, by the way, fun fact, our first guests since we got new carpet.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Now, we want you to get ready because this Friday, if you're a fan of The Strangers, we got Strangers Chapter 2 hitting theaters, which is very scary. Yeah, somebody survived, of course. We saw it first. All right, but joining us on the show right now, we got Madelaine Petsch and the producer of the movie. We got Courtney Solomon. Hi, guys. How are you guys doing?
Hey, how are you?
Well,
Welcome,
wait a
everybody.
minute. Madeline also is a producer as well.
And you do have to watch Chapter 1 for Chapter 2 to make sense, right? So if you haven't seen Chapter 1, definitely get in there before you get into the theater this weekend.
Well, I think it's also the timing. You want to be closer to Halloween for a movie like this. I can never understand
100%.
why they put out horror movies in February.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Actually, I will say, horror movies are a great date movie.
Yes,
It is.
That's why. I mean, that's
you
why.
jump and cling and hold their arm. Like,
Yeah, exactly. 10 years ago, you wouldn't have seen a horror movie in February, and now you basically see them every month of the year for why Matt said, because they're date movies. And, you know, these days people don't necessarily go to the theaters as much because they're watching streaming and whatever else. So, you know, trends have changed unless it's an event. A horror movie, you need the sound that goes with it. It becomes like an experience, like a theme park ride if you're in the theater. The scares are bigger, the intensity is bigger when the sound goes to nothing. You don't feel it the same way on your computer if you screen it that way as you do for all the work we do on the sound.
And having the other people with you experiencing
Yeah.
it. It really
Everybody's
is
saying,
about the
at the same
audience.
time, yeah.
I saw Sex and the City 3 with a straight audience. Thought it was the worst movie ever. Went back with a gay audience. Laughed my behind off. You know, you have to be with the right audience, too.
I used to in high school. I thought boring movies were the best date movies. So I would look up what movies had the worst ratings.
Why would you ever think that?
Better chance for makeout.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Nothing else to do.
And Love and War got bad reviews, so I went in there because they said it was long and boring, and that worked.
But
Scary
Madeline,
movies I got to watch.
You've been a horror movie fan for a long time, but now that you've seen how the sausage is made, has that ruined going to see other horror movies for you?
No, actually, I mean, I don't never think of genre when I shoot a movie. I'm not thinking I'm in a horror film, so I have to act differently. It's like you do.
You're living.
I'm living.
Yeah.
However, I think the hardest part for me now is being in the editing room and sound design. Like we did mixing together. I now know when a jump scare is coming long before it's coming because of the way they tee it up with sound.
They build it up.
Yes, that's the thing that's been a little bit more difficult is I know what's coming. However, I watched Weapons last night. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
know we were gonna-
congratulations.
It was a
Yeah,
big, thank you.
it's
It was a
okay.
very big
We always
moment
make
for
plans
me.
to see movies together. Never happens.
I
Not
watched
once.
it.
Yeah.
And
Just our
not
own.
everybody.
I mean, that's it. Yeah.
But that sound design, you have to watch. The sound design is incredible in that film, and there were jump scares that they did not tee up with sound, and that was really exciting to me.
Oh, so sometimes
So
you
now I
gotta-
just now realize what sound design is, because you always
Yes,
hear
now.
that at the award show, sound design by blah blah. You know, but now it just kind of makes sense.
Listen to a movie with no soundtrack and then listen to one with it. They've shown
changes it.
examples of that.
And
It
they
makes
also
a huge difference.
They add in sounds that you can't hear, but your body can feel.
Correct.
And so they get
There's
you
certain
excited.
decibel levels that will actually get a reaction out of you that you don't even perceive as actually hearing. You're dead on the money. And two different things. You hit it on the head.
Yeah.
Sound design, which goes to the mix. So, like,
how you lay
how
it
does
out.
it happen and lay out for you? But there's also soundtrack, which you just said, which is the music and or like what we call needle drop when we buy famous music that you already know. So the composer makes a score and needle drop. Together, those make it all work.
Okay.
That's why
Yeah.
I really want to go
It's
see.
science, really.
Yeah.
real quick question: how many cuss words does it take to change the rating of a movie? Like,
Oh.
there's a number, right?
We got into a fight about this actually.
But you know
sorry,
what?
we didn't bring
It's
up
a funny thing because there's supposed to be a number, but the MPAA, you know, sometimes it's subjective. I mean, literally, like some movies, they've got like 3 F words in it,
Yeah.
and they get a PG-13, and you're like, wow.
But we also
did
have a
they...
lot of
You have
blood.
one F word, and they're like R. you
Yeah.
know, like the
Yeah.
big stamp. Like,
But in The
it's weird.
Strangers,
It's-
let's be honest, you'd be cussing all over the place with all
Well,
those jump
yes,
scares.
that's exactly what our fight was about actually. Because
Oh, really?
originally Strangers Chapter 1 we had hoped would be PG-13, but every time I was attacked, my immediate reaction was to just scream the F word as
Right.
loud as possible. And there's no way to cut around that.
I'm on your team.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
yeah.
And
So,
how
Yeah.
fun was it to be able to do that?
Therefore, we have a rated R.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's
Sorry
not so
about
much the gore, it's more Madelaine.
But the
my
second,
fault.
I mean, both of them have some like, you know, hardcore stabbing scenes and things like
True.
that in there, and that takes you right to R.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
they
it's
don't
kinda
want
combo.
audiences 13 and below just walking in on their own, you know, seeing
Well,
that.
I've said The Strangers, the original, is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
What drew you? Because this is a separate, right? It's a
All right, here it comes. Go ahead.
is it because you rebooted the movie.
Yes, absolutely. So look, Strangers Chapter 1, 2, and 3 is one movie.
Yeah.
So it's a giant movie. So if you watch it
It's
together.
standalone.
Yeah. And by the way, we're putting the full play edition together for after the third one comes out, so that for those people that actually want that kind of intensity for that long, and there'll actually be an intermission in the middle of it because you need a bathroom break or
That's cool.
a food break or whatever it is.
Exhausting.
Right. But that one will be so intense, and it'll be a special release later on, which is what we're fighting for with the studio
Okay.
after Chapter 3 comes out. It's really, really intense. But it's one giant movie is the point that I'm making. We've made many times before. And so it had to be divided into 3 chapters. So it's like 90 minutes approximately, 90 minutes, 90 minutes.
Love that you did
Right.
that.
Right. But it's one story, right? And so the story we're telling is literally like what happened next after, if you will, original Strangers. Like it's a different universe. It's our version of that universe because it's not, Scott Speedman, Liv Tyler, and all that stuff. It's Mads, and Freud initially, and then, it goes elsewhere. So that's, the main story we're telling. So we had to start it with that because in our minds, we wanted to say like that original one, which was so shocking in 2008, is the basis for who these people are. And now you're going to learn more, and now you're going to see more, and you're actually going to sort of, get under the hood without in any way compromising what everybody loved in the first one, which was these are random acts of violence.
Yeah.
We don't go.
We don't even know who Tamara is.
Yeah, we don't go have a
Who's
dinner
Tamara?
with
Not
these
right
people
now.
and find out. Right.
Oh.
You don't know yet,
And
but
the
you're
second-
gonna know. You're gonna know.
I really like that in the second one. You get a backstory of
Yeah.
who these strangers are and how their original story started.
Right. Origin. Right. Origin. But it just tells you what they are and where it started. It doesn't tell you anything about them necessarily personally, except 1 or 2 things that we want you to know about them.
Does
Okay.
it make you not want to talk to strangers?
Can't really help it
Never
with these
wanted
ones.
to.
I would not, like literally, if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I think that's what makes this, we've talked about this a lot. I mean, it makes it so scary. These particular horror villains, they exist in our world. And we all know we read stories about these people, sadly. Like, it's really frightening.
Well, it's the line that Maya says where you ask, why are you doing this? And she just says, because you're here.
Oh my God, we've gotten so much controversy online for changing it from home to here, but it's not our home, and they know that.
Yeah,
That's
no,
the
that was
whole
perfect.
point.
I mean, that goes with it perfectly.
I had to say that out loud once in my life.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, why would you change the line? I'm like, well, it's not Maya and
Right.
Ryan's home, and they also know that because
Right.
they're in the town.
I think in the original movie, it was Scott Speedman's uncle's home or his dad's home. So it was actually their home, which
Yeah.
makes sense because you're home.
And
But
that one, yeah.
Here, it's because you're here because they stopped
you're
in this
here.
town. They don't
Yeah,
live
they
there.
don't.
Right.
Yeah.
like, yeah.
That's the moment where you're like, oh,
Yeah.
they're literally doing because they just feel like doing it.
Also broadens it up, right?
Right.
Because it means it can't just happen at home. I mean, you could be at the office and be like, because you're here. I mean,
Madelaine, what'd you take from the set? Did you take anything?
I have all my costumes.
All of them?
Oh, cool.
I like after Riverdale, I was like, I got a lot of my Riverdale costumes, but I want to have a character closet,
Oh.
and I think it's really nice to like remember the people who made me who I am today. So I have my
Aw, that's
hospital
pretty cool.
gown, I have my army jacket, the boots,
I love the
green
army
outfit,
jacket.
and I don't have anything from the first movie.
Just
No,
the
you
last
do.
one.
No, hold on.
What'd
There's
you take?
something that we both have that we're the only people that have, which is the
Oh, we have the
clapper
clapper
boards.
We have the clapper.
Oh.
We
really
each
cool.
we took the clapper boards.
Yeah, you actually that was a surprise that Courtney
Right.
brought for me. See, he does like me sometimes.
Yeah, he does.
Once
No,
in a while.
he really does love
Once
you.
in a while, when she's saying like, "Look, erase that," and I don't
Uh-huh.
care how much it costs. No.
Who has the mask? Do you have a mask? 'Cause
Oh,
this-
I have all 3 masks.
You have all 3 masks?
I have all 3 masks.
oh.
I have more like props because I didn't get to wear costumes, obviously. So
Uh-huh.
I have a lot more
But
of
you
the
also
key
you own
props.
them. Like that's your
Right,
your
but
thing.
I
Yeah.
I took them personally. I put them in my office. I have sort of like a whole bunch of stuff like from movies past,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm
Yeah.
that kind of guy.
That's
so
your
I have-
character closet.
Yeah.
Are
yeah,
you scared of
exactly.
anything?
Me?
Yeah, what are you
just
scared of?
like when you create these kind of like scary movies. Like I just get scared in the dark, just like in general.
I don't blame you. I get
I
scared
scare
in the
very
dark.
easily.
So you have a hard time watching these kind of movies.
So I got to see Strangers 2 in the comfort of my home during the daytime, but it
Okay.
almost made it worse because I was watching it on my computer screen. And there's a part, I think it's in the hospital, where it just kind of gets a little bit darker. Seeing my own reflection freaked me out. I was like, oh my God, no. But it was a scary time. But then I was thinking, like, when you're creating these movies and you know everything that goes into creating a scary moment, in real life, do you ever find yourself getting scared?
Well, if you do, then it's probably real.
Okay.
Like literally, I would say, like, because we know how to create it so well. But I mean, there's moments. You know what being scared is? It's that moment where you feel that tingle on your back.
I love
You
that.
almost like feel like your hair
love
going
that?
up on your
Yeah.
back, and
A little bit.
like it happens at certain times, and you don't know why. And that's why I've always believed there is something else out there, and I don't know what it is, and I can't prove it.
Aliens.
But well, alien. What are
Spoiler.
the
That's been
chances
proven.
that
That's
there's
Stranger
not
Spore.
aliens?
So Strangers Chapter 2 is out this Friday. You guys got Strangers Chapter 3. When is that going to drop?
It's a great
So-
question.
That's next year sometime. It'll be much closer than Strangers Chapter
detected
2
some
was to
attitude with
Chapter
that.
1.
Way before
Great
Halloween.
question.
I think way before Halloween. I think we might be around the same time, like May-ish, April,
Okay.
May-ish,
About a
that
year?
the original one came out. No, it'll be like
Less.
6-7 months after this one. I
Okay.
think. Yeah, much closer. We're almost done with it.
So as soon as you finish promoting this one, you get to Bask in the Glory. You got to go right back out and
Right
do
back to
the,
work.
the
Well, we're
work
actually,
again.
We are in development on our own stuff
Right.
together to do in between that.
What are you guys
So-
doing? Give us-
We can't
We
say
can't
it.
say
You
anything
can't
about
say.
that. Not that I even said it, but
Sure you
yeah.
can.
That's
But
how much we
will,
love each other.
we will come back. By the way, I read the history of this show.
What'd you
Great
think?
History. I think it's awesome.
You want to turn it into a movie?
Please.
You know what?
Things get
It,
kinda
it wouldn't be
started.
bad. It wouldn't be
Yeah, can I-
bad.
can I star
It wouldn't
myself?
be bad.
Me.
I would be honored.
Yeah, the redhead.
Yeah.
Who would play me? I need a cool black guy. Come on now. Come on now.
You
Maybe
qualify,
like
Big Al.
Denzel.
All right, all right.
Denzel for Al?
Thank you.
I don't know. He said he wants a cool black guy like Denzel.
Yeah, that is
The
pretty cool.
epitome of cool black guy right
Ex-
there.
There
absolutely.
you go.
Yeah.
Denzel.
What do you
good
see as me?
choice.
Glenn
Wait a
Powell or
second.
something?
You
Oh,
know
yeah,
what?
yeah, exactly. Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody
Glenn
says,
Powell.
who do you like from Jersey Shore?
No, we're not
Oh,
doing Vinny.
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 No, actually,
Yeah.
No.
he's not an actor, but you
No.
kind of do look like
Wait,
Vinny.
there's
And then
somebody
everybody
else.
says
I'm trying to place
Justin
it.
looks like Fat Joe.
Oh, no.
I know you said, "Oh no."
And then Anne Hathaway.
And it
And
was
Anne
a
Hathaway.
strange.
No,
It was a
it-
stranger on a ship that told me that, and then they all jumped on it. They're like, "Actually,
He does.
I can see
You're a
it.
little bit of turtle in Entourage. I mean, you know,
Oh,
That's
I
a-
appreciate that.
That's a
Thank
good
you.
one right
you
there.
like
Yeah.
that?
I'm just
That
trying to
was
understand
good.
the scenario of a stranger on a ship telling you that.
We were drinking, and she goes, "Don't take this the wrong way."
and you were like, "Don't say it."
When
But
you-
you're going to.
Uh-huh.
Oh, since both of you are producers, do you guys get to do a little casting too? Do the producers get to chime in on that?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
producer's choice. You know, we work with
Oh.
the director, but on something like this where it's 3 movies, it's very much the producers on the bigger, like sort of, well, if this person's going to be in 3 of
They
them,
got it.
then yeah, that's a
We
different
got to
thing.
cast Anna real quick.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Who
You d-
who we
you-
I
cast
heard
for
Anne
Anne?
Hathaway, and I actually really see it.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, I get. Well, a lot of people say you look like the girl from Princess Diaries, and I always
That's
say,
Anne Hathaway.
I always say before or after the makeover because that's the entire point. But yeah, I get Anne Hathaway a lot,
Like, oh,
which
so
is
I look
like
like Mia
such a
Thermopolis.
compliment. Yes, Mia
Yes.
Thermopolis, the Princess of Genovia.
Well, look,
Absolutely.
we're really excited about Strangers Chapter 2. Again, if you haven't seen Chapter 1, check it out. Then go to the theaters. And then Chapter 3 is coming out sometime next year. Madelaine wants it earlier, but that's okay.
And Courtney, for the gays, can we get a real blockbuster gay slasher?
Like
Yeah,
what?
why not?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Something hot and steamy and a little bit of murder.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
I like how Courtney comes here and you're just requesting things. Like he's, like, he's a
Well,
DJ.
When are you ever going to have this chance again?
Right.
Well, that's true.
exactly.
They just said they're going
You
to
know,
come back.
there's going to be some sequence at least in something that we do in the future, and you're going to see it, and you're going to say, I said that.
I made a promise. In the meantime, be on the lookout for A Maintenance Required, which premieres on October 8th on Prime Video. And Pretty Babies, that other project that you got going on, Madelaine.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Thank you so much. That just finished. We just wrapped that.
Okay,
so I have
perfect.
no idea when that's coming out.
Anything you want us to check out, Courtney? You want to plug?
No, I'm just going to
Just Strangers?
I'll stick with the strangers, you know.
You got
You
it.
guys got to keep funding my movies.
And thank you for Dungeons and Dragons.
Listen,
Oh, you're welcome.
Yay.
The new one.
you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming by. We put this carpet in for you guys.
We did.
Yes.
I like
Just,
it.
just for
Really-
you.
Thank you.
No, our last guest complained. It was pretty
It was
nasty.
pretty bad.
He did not complain. He just he looked at it.
It looks like
was
somebody
nice.
hit slash
It
somebody.
was
on
Taron
that
Edgerton.
I was saying name names.
He actually was very
But don't name names.
but don't name them. All right, Strangers, Chapter 2, officially in theaters this Friday. Go check it out. Thank you guys so much for your time. Madelaine,
Thank you for having
Courtney,
us.
thank you. Thank you so
You
much.
guys are awesome.